It's just occurred to me that I've never actually read a book called Eloise before. Dearly departed viewers, welcome to my channel. Today we are discussing Eloise K. Thompson's Eloise, which follows the titular Eloise, a free-spirited young girl who lives in New York City's Plaza Hotel with her equally free-spirited nanny, Mrs. Thornton. For those of you who don't know, Kay Thompson was a writer, actress, singer, and dancer best known for her portrayal of the free-spirited, quick-witted, somewhat spoiled, but ultimately good-hearted Lily Vandersnod in the 1960s practiced at Tiffany's. In fact, the author wrote the first Eloise book after being inspired by a story she made up to entertain a friend as child. Then when it was discovered that there were other children staying in the Plaza Hotel who were being cared for by their nannies, Thompson began writing the series with the intention of creating stories that would resonate with the joys and tribulations of both children and their caregivers. The first Eloise book was published in 1959, with the film adaptation simply titled Eloise, starring a very young and very cute Walt Disney. The Plaza Hotel where Eloise is set was itself a character in the story, providing a luxurious yet restrictive environment for the young protagonist, and the series was loved by critics and readers alike for its witty observations about childhood, as well as its affectionate portrayals of both Eloise and her nanny, whose devotion to one another was perhaps the most touching aspect of the story. So what makes this endearing children's story so compulsively readable? Well, for starters, there's Eloise herself, a spirited young girl who defies the expectations of her wealthy parents by refusing to be sent to boarding school and instead makes the Plaza Hotel her home. Eloise is not your typical child. She's headstrong, mischievous, and curious, and she has a penchant for getting into all sorts of scrapes. But despite her sometimes selfish and self-centered behavior, she is a likable character whose intelligence and dry wit make her irresistible. Then there's Mrs. Thornton, Eloise's devoted nanny, who is as quick-witted and resourceful as she is loving and patient. The relationship between Eloise and her nanny is a unique one. They are not just employer and employee, but they are also friends and confidants. Mrs. Thornton understands Eloise like no one else and is always there for her, whether she is helping her to navigate the challenges of growing up or simply providing a listening ear. But perhaps the most important thing about their relationship is that it shows how love can flourish in the most unconventional of settings. Who doesn't love a good romance? And while this is primarily a children's story, it is also a love story at its heart. Eloise and Mrs. Thornton's love for one another is evident on every page, and it is this love that makes the story so heartwarming and ultimately satisfying. Another reason why Eloise is such a beloved children's story is because it captures the imagination. The Plaza Hotel is brought to life with such vivid detail that you can almost feel like you are staying there yourself. And the supporting characters, from the doorman to the hotel guests, are so well drawn that they become like old friends. Ultimately, Eloise is a story about the power of love, friendship, and imagination. It is a reminder that love can be found in the most unexpected places, and that friendship can help us to overcome even the toughest challenges. So if you're looking for a children's story that will capture your heart and imagination, look no further than Eloise. Just be prepared to fall in love with these characters and the world they inhabit. You'll be humming the theme song for weeks afterwards, I guarantee it. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to leave a like and a comment down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on Eloise and whether or not you've read any of the books in the series. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time on the channel.